So my name is Vanessa A. Lindsay, and I'm doing this video for my Developing World class. And the video is about documentary that we watched, and it's called Time for School 3, Part 1. Now, this documentary talks about children that are followed all around the world to see how they are being educated or the struggles that they have to go through towards being able to get an education. And the 7 countries that are being followed, or 7 children that are being followed, are from these areas, which are Afghanistan, Brazil, Japan, India, Romania, Benin, and Kenya. Now, for part 1, they only really covered 4 places, which was Afghanistan, Brazil, Japan, and India. Now, when I was watching this, it was really interesting to see how hard these children were trying and were striving to get an education. I was really impressed by how hard it can be in other countries and how here in the US we really do have it really well and really good for us to be able to be educated without being afraid of being killed or being afraid of anything else happening that can just prohibit us from our education or can stop us from being educated. Now, the first person I will start with is the little boy that was from Brazil. There was a lot said about him, and this little boy had an older sister that took care of them because his mother was always working, and his mother was worried that because she was away so far, there could be bad influences on him and stuff. And his mother also talked about how she was afraid of him to go to school and not to go to school because she was afraid that if he did go to school that he would drop out and that he would join a gang because of all the bad influence there are there. And this little boy just seemed like he really did want to be educated, and he was really striving towards going to school and everything. And now the second person that I'm going to talk about is from Afghanistan, and her name is Sagafa. I hope I said that right. And she is 16, and she has always wanted to go to school, and all she really wants to do is get educated. However, because of the Taliban, it makes it incredibly difficult for her to get educated because she has to be afraid of so many other things, like going to school, maybe not getting there alive, or getting to school and having a bomb just explode on them and killing millions or all of the girls that are studying there. And it just talked about how she tried so hard and how she would cook for her brothers and sisters and how she would go to school at the same time. And the reason why she would be doing all the work is because if the boys did the work, then people would make fun of them and stuff, because for them, like, boys shouldn't have to do like laborious stuff like that. Like, women should have to do that. And so she was in charge of that and going to school. And I don't know, for me, I thought that she was pretty awesome, and I really look up to her because of that, because of all the struggles that she had to go through. And even though she had that struggle of maybe not making it to school alive or coming home alive or even getting there alive, she still kept trying and she still kept going to get educated. The next person I'm going to talk about is Naraha. She wanted to get educated, and she was from India. She was this girl who worked on a farm, and she always helped her parents and everything during the day, and during the night she would go to night school and get educated. Now, there was a drought, so when the drought had happened, she went and helped her parents out and stuff, so that way when she returned, she had missed a lot. And when she went to school, she realized that a lot of the kids were younger than her, and she was being made fun of because she was older, and as old as she was, she didn't know that much. And so children would make fun of her, and she got tired of that, and she felt embarrassed, so she decided to drop out. She decided to drop out and instead chose to get married, which I was surprised that her mother encouraged her in doing this, because for them, they value marriage, which is good, but the way they valued it is that women should just always look pretty for their husbands, and that they should just be happy with working at home and in kitchen and doing stuff like that. But, I'm happy that she at least tried and everything, and she tried to keep going in her education, but unfortunately wasn't able to because of other things. Now, the other child I'm going to talk about, or the fourth child, is a little boy that was in Japan, and his name was Kin. And in Japan, there's 100% enrollment on children, especially boys. They should be educated, and I was surprised that they have educated plans for them over there, and how important and crucial it is for them to be educated, and how they have it harder on them than the other countries that I was looking at, that they really do make them go to school. However, Ken was really happy to get educated, and he really liked that. I really liked all these I liked watching this documentary and seeing all these kids from their walks of life, and what struggles they had to go through or have to go through to get educated. And I'm impressed and I'm amazed by how they really have tried and are still trying to be able to pursue that education that we get here freely. And sometimes we don't realize how lucky we are to be able to get educated. Just like in the devotional that was talked about, we should always continue to be educated, because our education will always be with us, not only here but in our next life. And that is something nobody can take away, and we could always keep growing and learning. And that just made me realize how thankful I really am to be able to be in the United States and be able to get educated and be able to pursue the career I want to pursue in. And I would someday like to be in healthcare and helping other people. And just listening to these children and how they were saying how they wanted, most of them wanted to be educators, and two of them were interested not only in educating, but they also wanted to do something in sports. One of them, I think, was baseball, and the other soccer. And I just thought that was pretty awesome. And I don't know, I'm just really happy to be able to have watched this. And that's about it. And I'm just happy that I was able to learn and see how other children in different parts are getting educated. But yeah.